Oh, you gonna eat some breakfast? Oh, she had her mouth open. Ooh, you got honey and blueberries and apples and strawberries and some yogis underneath. All of that goodness. Maybe get you a spoon or something. Well, I guess it's too late for this kind of thing. Oh well. Mmm. Mmm. You say apple? That's an apple. Can you say apple? She's like, no, get off me. That's what she says. Good morning, guys. It looks like I've been crying, but my allergies are so bad this morning. And last night, Lilia put her down for bed, and oh, my battery is dying. Hold on. All right, change the battery. So last night, when I put Lilia down for bed, she wouldn't go down because she kept like choking on her own like mucus. And so I went in there and I put saline spray in her nose and sucked out her nose, which she freaking hated. The nose sprayer just doesn't work anymore for her age, so I'm gonna have to get like an electric nose sucker for the winter, because you know you get lots of stuffy noses in the winter. But I was hoping last night that it was just like allergies or a little cold, but she actually seems fine this morning. She doesn't seem stuffy at all. But I woke up, my allergies are angry, so I just took some allergy medicine, and hopefully I start to feel better because my eyes are itching. So when I was driving home from Jacksonville, a big rock hit my windshield. So I have like a small chip in my windows or windshield. So we're having someone come out and look at it, maybe replace it, just to make sure it doesn't get any bigger or like spider web out. But first we have to kind of clean this garage up because we have to pull the car in a little bit so that it's in the shade. So that's what we're about to do. And I have an idea for this garage that I kind of want to do. Huh?
That might just work.
I kind of want to move the weights over here.
And put that over there?
Yeah. So then we have this area clear of stuff to work out, and then this stuff can be all whatever.
Okay. That's not bad.
Or we can move this. Well, no, because you have your fishing rods right there.
Yeah, those can be moved.
Yeah, but we hung them up.
So, no one's moving. It's no big deal.
Fix the inside, please. We'll see. We'll see how much Lilia lets us do.
Come on, Lilia. Nah.
cleaning the garage, and now we have to wait for the guy who's either going to fix or replace our windshield. But I'm about to make me and Mauricio some breakfast. I'm gonna make us some oatmeal because we need to go grocery shopping. And that's kind of all we have right now for breakfast, minus like sugary cereals and like frozen waffles and stuff like that. So actually I've had oatmeal in a really long time. I dropped my camera like an hour ago on the floor, and it made the camera like fuzzy. And so now every time I turn on the camera, I have like a mini panic attack that it's gonna be fuzzy when I turn it on. But anyways, Lily is in bed. It's already like 10 o'clock at night, and I don't think I've shown this in the vlog yet, but I've been learning how to embroider. I've really enjoyed it actually. I started like 3 or 4 days ago, and I just like saw it on TikTok a lot, and I was like, you know, I think that would be something interesting for me to do, and it's something that I could do like with Lilia around, if that makes sense. Like I really enjoyed like making the epoxy cups, but that's not really safe to do, you know, with Lilia around because you're dealing with like resin and stuff like that. So this one, mine is like the needle, which is usually always in my hand. It's safe to do around her, and it keeps my head out of my phone because I stare at the computer and I'm on my phone enough, just like creating content and planning content and stuff like that and watching stuff. So it helps keep my head out of my phone for a little bit. And I've actually really enjoyed it, and I feel like I'm pretty good at it. I mean, it's pretty like selfish and like, I want to say like, I don't know what word I want to use, but I feel like I'm pretty good at it. So I bought at Walmart, they have like these little kits where you can learn how to do it, and so I bought that for like $7, I think it was like $6 or $7. And then I, you know, since I was seeing it on TikTok, I saw a bunch of stuff that you could get that was like just literally like $2 or $3 to help make you like a little bit more organized. Like this thing, I'm literally rolling the string onto it, and so I picked those up, and I've just been like, you know, like I bought this whole sheet of paper, like of the cloth you use, for like $6, and it was like 2 yards or something like that. And then the strings are like 50 cents a piece, but I just picked up like a huge pack that came with like a bunch of different like neutral colors, because the first one I wanted to do was like neutral color, like darker color tones. So that's the first one I had an idea. So I've been drawing on my iPad. I bought an iPad for my social media and like job that I have with Mauricio's family's business. I help them with their social media. So I got that for that, as well as like I knew I was going to be traveling for almost a month, so I knew that I needed like some sort of computer on the go, and I sold my laptop because I just had no need for it up until now. So I got an iPad, which I actually prefer more than my laptop anyways. And so of course I downloaded like Procreate. I've always wanted to do it. It was really popular during like the pandemic and stuff like that. So I downloaded that and I started drawing like random stuff. I actually can show, I'm done with this one. So I started drawing stuff like Disney stuff, and that's like copyrighted. You can't really like do anything with it, and I really didn't have plans to do anything with it because it was just for fun. So this is actually the first one that I did, and let's see if it's gonna focus on it. Move my head. There we go. So this is the first one that I did. Obviously that's like Toy Story, Woody. And then I have this one, Never Let Anyone Tell You You're Not Scary, with Monsters University. I thought that was super cute. That's actually one of my favorite ones I've ever done. And then I did like Rapunzel's Tower, which I also enjoyed doing. And then the last one that I did for Disney was like the castle. So that's what I started doing that. And then I was like, you know what, I really enjoy doing this. And a lot of people, I know my lips are like really chapped, guys. And people were like commenting on stuff, like on like messaging me and saying like, hey, I'd buy that from you, but Disney, you can't really sell it. And so then I started doing stuff like this. I traced this one actually. So I traced that one, and of course I would never sell it because I did trace it, but just kind of like learning how to do lettering. Did this one. And honestly, like, people say like tracing is bad, but honestly, if you want to trace and it brings you like, so with this one, like I was working on like being able to like use images so you guys can like see the cactus as like an actual cactus, and like it's, so I was practicing that. And I just did stuff like that as well. So like I said, I really started to enjoy doing stuff like that. It really kept my mind occupied, but of course I was still like, my head was still in like a technology device. And then so we went to North Carolina, and I've never been like a reader. I mean, I guess I've never said that I was a reader. I've never enjoyed reading like in my past. I've always loved like inspirational books. Like I loved like, I forgot what it's called, but I've always loved like inspirational books, like motivational books and stuff like that. I really like, don't badass something. Okay, something like that. And I really enjoyed reading that book. And then I read Neil deGrasse Tyson's book, like his very famous book about space, and I really enjoyed that. But that's as far as like reading went, as far as that's as far as I went. But when I went to North Carolina, my sister was reading a lot, and she was like you would really love books because like their storylines, and you know, I really started to think about it. Like I always get like an attachment to characters, so if I could read like so many, like you can find series like with tons of books, and like with a movie, like you're always like, oh, I always want more out of a movie. Like when it's a happy ending, I'm like, oh, but I want to find out they get married, and do they have babies, and do they buy a house, where do they move? Like I've always loved that. So I love YouTube because you like, people keep posting stuff like that, so like I form a relationship with the people I watch. So I form relationships with characters like really easily. And so I bought Colleen's Hoover, It Ends With Us, and that was such a good starter book. I read it in a day. It was so good. My sister actually has it right now, and she's reading it, and she also loved it. They're actually coming out with like a second book, like I think it's called It Starts With Us, or it's, yeah, It Starts With Us maybe. And that one is supposed to be like the second book to that one, and I'm really excited about that. But then I just started reading a bunch. I read The Last Thing He Told Me. I've read that one. I've read Verity, and I've read The Wife Before, and now I'm reading what is it called? I have it in my room. Oh my god, I'm so mad. Let me go grab it real quick, because it's probably it probably almost tops It Ends With Us. Part of Your World. So this is the book I'm reading right now, and this is actually my sister's, and so I'm borrowing it, but I love it so much that I signed up for book of the month like last month, and I got The Bodyguard, which I haven't read yet. And so I've already added this to my next box because I'm so excited about it. I really love this book, and I want a copy of my own. And so what me and my sister kind of agreed to do is like, we'll buy books, and then we'll send pictures of the books we buy, and then we'll just like send them back and forth. And then if we have like a book we love, obviously we can buy our own copy, or if maybe one person like really loved it and the other person was like, eh, then the other person could keep it or whatnot. So I'm excited to have that. And so anyways, started reading, really enjoyed it. Liked that I got my head out of my technology. Like, it helped so much. Like, I wish that I could like explain it, but like getting my head away from like TikTok and Instagram and trying to compete with other people and just being in my own world.
Hey guys!
What book are you reading?
Twilight.
Yeah, she's reading Twilight. So, did you read your 10 pages? Huh?
What you filming for?
Just ending my vlog, talking about my book and book of the month. And that I started reading when we were in North Carolina, like heavily. And yeah.
This is like the first time I came out while you're vlogging.
What do you mean?
Other than me vlogging with you, this is like the first time I came out while you're vlogging.
Oh, well, I vlogged this morning.
I wasn't up.
Nope. Not my fault, girlfriend.
It's always your fault.
No, it's not.
I'm just kidding.
Alright, anyways, like I was saying, reading the books got my head out of my phone and technology and stuff like that. So I really enjoyed that. And then I was like, well, I could like, well, okay, so then I saw a TikTok of someone like drawing a sweater or like embroidering a sweater for It Ends With Us. But it was so dainty. And if you've ever read It Ends With Us, her flower shop is far from dainty. She wanted the complete opposite of that. So, good night, Harley. Come here, my babies. Good night. Be nice to my baby, okay? Give her lots of cuddles and pettings and belly rubs. Love you.
Are you saying that just for the video? Because I always do.
No, I'm saying it because you treat her right. Oh, she's
You
old.
treat her right.
Okay? Give her lots of snuggles.
I do.
Okay. Take her in there. She's struggling to breathe. She's like... Alright, love you guys.
Love you. See you in the morning at 10 o'clock sharp.
Okay, good night.
Good night, Dixie girl.
Good night.
Good night, guys. Marcio, say good night.
Okay, I will. Anyways, I saw on TikTok someone was making embroidered sweaters of like It Ends With Us, and I was like, but they were dainty, and I was like, but the girl in the book, like the main character, she wants like the complete opposite of like dainty flowers. Like she wants the complete opposite. If you've read the book, you know what I'm talking about. So I was like, it should be like dark, and not like dark, but like, you know, she wanted like darker purples, and she wanted like onyx and studded rhinestones and stuff like that. So anyways, I was like, people are doing like, they're interpreting the book the wrong way, in my opinion. So I was like, okay, I can draw that. So I drew it more so because I just wanted to draw it, not that I wanted to embroider it at that point. And so I drew like this. This was like first, and I traced the girl, because I've never done like continuous line art, and that's what the girl is. But then like the flowers, I freehanded a lot of the flowers and the vase and the table it sits on. So like that's what she kind of had when she had her grand opening. And I was like, but it doesn't really look good together. It's not cohesive. It looks kind of weird, and I didn't feel like fixing it. So I just started over. And then I came up with like something like this, which I really love. I love because she has red hair, she has fair skin. They talk about it all the time. That's also a big part of the book and of the main character, and that she loves purple, and that the belt is gray. And so I really just like enjoyed drawing this. And so I was like, you know what, I can embroider that. And so I was looking like embroider machines, and I was like, girl, you crazy? You ain't gonna buy one of those. You ain't got room for it, for one, and two, they're like $400, and what if you hate it? So I started looking up like embroidery stuff on TikTok, and I was like, wow, it's like really nice, and it's really cheap, and it's really like, you know, I mean, a lot goes into it, but it's not like it's not that it's hard. It could be hard for some, but it's not hard for me, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's just time consuming, but it's a very cheap hobby. Like, it's fairly cheap. I mean, I guess if you go in and buy like the machine and everything like that, but if you're just doing like this little kit, like if you just want to learn and do little kits, they're $7 a piece. Like that to me is a very cheap craft, because just the tumbler of my other craft was $10, and then the resin was like $20, $5.30, and if you buy the higher grade stuff, it was like $50. Then you have to buy the glitter, you have to buy the vinyl, and then you have to buy the Cricut because you have to have the, so it's just like you have to have the Cricut in order to do cups. Like, I mean, like if you didn't have the Cricut, like what's the point of doing a tumbler cup unless you're just doing glitter? But I mean, most people want something on their cup, so it's like it was a very expensive hobby. This one, like if I did it and I didn't like it, oh well, $7. I think I spent like $20 total for like these little things that you put your string on, and then I bought my pack of string, so I spent like 20 bucks total maybe. And I just really started to enjoy it. So I showed you guys this. This is like my drawing. I rambled for 15 minutes now. This is what I have started. So obviously the hair looks weird right now because I ran out of string. Like I said, I just bought like the little packet because I didn't really expect it. Because I thought I was gonna do like, so I still have like the outline of the hair, and what I might try to do, since this is just like mine, I'm gonna see how I like it when I finish the hair and trim it and like style it. If that makes sense. And then what I might do is like just flip it up like that, and then go in and do like just the regular like satin stitch. I think I threw away that thing, but it also taught you like all the basic stitches in this thing. Like it taught you how to do the basic stitches, and you can go on TikTok and they can show you within like 30 seconds too if you need like a visual like me. So I might go in and try to see which way looks better. And I was like, look, now I've got a hobby. And so that's how I got to embroidering, if anybody wanted to know of my rambling. But anyways, yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. And I feel really good about it because it's getting my head out of the technology and into just something that is what I really like, and I really have enjoyed doing it. I don't know if it will go anywhere, if it will just stay like a hobby that I do for like Christmas presents, birthday presents, or just do to kill time. But other than that, yeah, I'm about to go lay in bed though because I'm tired, and Mauricio is supposed to get off here soon, and what I've been doing is staying up until he tells me he gets off work, and then I go and lay in bed and I read my book for the day. So I'm not reading books as fast as I did, but I've read 1, 2, 3, 4. This will make 5 books in almost a month. So that's really crazy because some people just try to read like 10 books in a year, and I've read 5 in like a month. If I really wanted to, if I wasn't embroidering, I could definitely read more books. But I like to embroider. I think it's good. I think all of it's good. I think the reading is good, and then the drawing is good. Like what I picked, what my favorite part of the book was, or my interpretation of the book, which stood out the most, and drew that, and then turn it into an embroidery. So that's kind of what I'm doing. It's kind of like a stage of read, draw, embroider, read, draw, embroider. That's kind of like what I'm gonna do. But anyways, I'm gonna end right here because this is 18 minutes long, and I've already have footage from today, so this is gonna be a long vlog. And if you've watched this whole rant, you are the MVPs of this, because I can't believe I like when people ramble and like rave and like rave, like when they ramble, but sometimes it's annoying. So if you're not interested in books, you're not interested in drawing, you're not interested in embroidery, then it's boring. But if you like that stuff, then this is pretty interesting. Okay, I've talked for another 30 seconds. Okay, I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye guys.
So I just close my